My name is Jess. I'm the area officer for Carlisle and Eden, and my job is working directly with schools and colleges to book in our programme of activity for Hello Future to get young people looking into their options after school, so those options into higher education. Hello Future is a programme of targeted outreach in Cumbria, working in 3 areas with the main goal of getting young people to look into higher education, so their options including university, higher and degree apprenticeships, and we do that through work in schools and outside of schools to get young people really weighing up their options and to present all of the options to them in a clear way. Hello Future works with targeted young people in our 3 areas, so we've got Carlisle and Eden, Barrow-in-Furness and the West Cumbria area. So we also work with teachers and advisors closely within our schools and colleges to help book in activity and see what really suits the school and what will really help their young people. And we also work with parents and carers of our young people to see how best we can support them, considering that they're such a good support to their young people in thinking about their future options. It's important that we work with parents and carers because they're such a direct influence with their young people, and they take a lot of options and advice from them, and so we want to best present all of the options in higher education to them so they feel equipped and knowledgeable to share that information with the young people. It's important that we work with teachers and advisors because again they're a direct influence throughout school, and so by working with them we can get an understanding of how best to support each young person, each targeted young person in their school and in their class. In terms of barriers to young people entering HE, I think a big one for Cumbria specifically because of its location is travel and what's available to us in this area. I think the young people growing up here, I was one myself growing up in Cumbria, you see a few options but you don't see the whole list that's available in the UK. So I think that's a big thing that we try and support is making all that information accessible to young people. So what apprenticeship providers are out there in the wider scale of the UK, what degree courses are there, and it's just making sure that they've got all the options available to them in Cumbria. So I think another barrier that can affect all students is the fact, I think a barrier that can affect all students is that students necessarily don't get to experience the full offer of HE that's available. They might have an idea or two and they might just see it as university, but what we really want to do is present the full variety of what's on offer in HE to really give an insight into what those courses and what those apprenticeships are like so that they can really make an informed choice and understand that they're not just stuck down one route. They can see a full offer of higher education that's available to them. So we aim to do that through our work in schools and colleges, but we also do stuff outside of schools such as our cultural trips, which really aims to give them new opportunities to try new things. In that they're gaining new skills, such as meeting new people or trying new opportunities, but it's really to give them an insight into a new sector or a new area and just to get them outside of a bubble or get them outside of what they might already know about HE, just to give them a bigger idea. So in terms of apprenticeships, we want to help young people realise the options that are available and help them to understand what levels they can go up to in apprenticeships, that it can go up to level 6 and level 7, so those higher and degree apprenticeships, equivalent to that university degree. I think possibly one of my favourite workshops to deliver in school is the Futures workshop, which we work with Year 9s, because it's really our first true meeting with a Year 9 student on the programme. And what we aim to do is sort of light the spark and find out what it is, what they're interested in, what their hobbies are, or what their ideal career would be. And often they don't know what that career is, but that's quite nice really, because then we can use the session to explore a couple of options, some options which might seem quite out there to them, or some which might be quite close to home. So yeah, I think I like the Futures workshop because we get to explore what their passions are and what they really enjoy. When we're in workshops in schools, if we're working with Year 9s or Year 10s, we usually ask them, what are your skills or what are you good at? And I've come across the answer a couple of times, and the answer has been I'm not good at anything, I haven't got any skills. Sometimes it just seems like a reactionary answer, but actually once you dig deeper, you find out that they might do something outside of school, such as football coaching, or they work as part of a team, or you've seen them in that session actually show some really good leadership skills, and you can sort of catch them in the act there and say, actually, you've shown some really good leadership skills there, you've communicated with your team. And I've seen it a couple of times where sort of it clicks and they realise that they do have skills. What we want to do is help them to recognise what skills they have and how they can use that into their future.